This is our weekly program, Geda. In our previous Geda program, we touched various issues about the Geda system of the Oromo people. My guests touched their contributions to promote the Geda system in this country as well as international level. It is our part 2 program, and I'll invite you to join us.
The government structure should be restructured in the concept of Geda system, the structure that is actually in Geda system. Others just argue that. Others also argue it is not important when we bring the concept in Geda system into current government structure. We are dismissing Geda. So let Geda as it is and use the modern constitutional structure of government as it is. People just argue like that. But I think Oromia regional state should work hard on this in order to just include the issues, especially important values that is in Geda system, to include it into current or modern structure of the government. At least the values, though we cannot bring all what is in Geda into current constitutional structure, we can just selectively bring some issues, some important issues, values into current government structure.
When we say we have to look back to the Geda system, the norms in the Geda system, the values in the Geda system, first we have to question what are those norms and the values in the Geda system we are talking about. Whenever we think to go back and just incorporate those values, norms, and the way of looking, that means our world views, into our regular working organizations, we are thinking that there is love in Geda system, there is unity in Geda system, there is integrity in Geda system, there is just thinking for others in the Geda system. These all are values. Values very important to incorporate in public laws, even in public organizations, to give appropriate services to the customers. For instance, in the Geda system, there is no partiality. Everybody should be treated equally. Equality of gender, which we are talking about, this gender equality is the problem. It's a global problem, basically in different countries. So these all are the issue of equality, the issue of coexistence, the issue of peace. And the peace building, the issue of peacekeeping itself is, these all issues are very important norms and values in the Geda system. I think when the Council of Oromia Regional State, Chafe, endorse the idea just to look back to Geda values or Duda Geda, they think about the coexistence, they think about the love and integrity, impartiality. I think they think all about this. So when we promote Geda system as institution, as a way of looking, still we are promoting the integrity, still we are promoting the equality, still we are promoting the coexistence of different ethnic groups in Ethiopia. As you know, in the Geda system, Oromo people have been living with other ethnic groups since the immemorial time through this Geda system, since Geda system teaches about the peaceful coexistence. I think that's why they were concerned about these Geda values or no.
What are the opportunities and the challenges to practice and to adopt the Geda system in this country's governance system?
The main problem is the way people look at the Geda system. For instance, the community perception itself, the other ethnic group perception itself can be source of a challenge when we promote the Geda to the level we are thinking. So first, we have to promote first the values and the norms of Geda system so that the other ethnic groups can understand what is the Geda system. Unless we promote the Geda system from its grassroots level, maybe people misunderstand it, people misrepresent it, people misquote it. Geda system is all about this. They can say about Geda system wrongly. So, teaching the values of Geda system, the positive, all values and the norms, let's say norms in the Geda system are positive. We have to expose these positive norms and the values, positive thinking to other ethnic groups in our country. Then, after they understand the true image of Geda system, the true meaning of
I think the challenge that will be faced by the government is very clear. The challenge faced by indigenous knowledge system today. Whenever an organization or non-governmental organization whatsoever, whenever they try to promote indigenous values, indigenous norm, there are challenges. The most serious challenge is the influence of Western culture. The influence of Western culture is very serious challenge today. The influence of Ethiopia at the global level, which is of course very weak, is also a challenge, because culture, way of life, system of government today is highly influenced by the Western culture, the Western liberal democracy, the Western concept of human right, the Western concept of liberty, the Western concept of freedom. All these are from West, this concept. Sometimes these concepts are not compatible with indigenous values and indigenous norm. This is a challenge to indigenous knowledge system today. Indigenous knowledge system is being suppressed most of the time by the dominant, supported by different kinds of multilateral institutions like World Bank, International Monetary Fund. They support the Western liberal values, human rights concept, and so on. Sometimes they themselves see the indigenous values as a challenge to human rights. You see, as a challenge to democracy. They consider the indigenous knowledge system. They consider as a challenge. So that is very serious challenge. So whenever a given government try to promote indigenous values, there are another challenge beside the influence of Western culture. Look, for example, if you see Ethiopia is a multinational state. There are so many nations. There are so many cultures. It is very difficult to promote one culture upon the other. You know? It's very difficult. That was maybe the problem we see in Ethiopian history. Historically, one culture, one language were imposed on the other, and the government has been solving that problem for a long period of time. Still, the issue is very serious issues. Promotion of a culture at a national level, promotion of indigenous governance system at a national level may face all these challenges. Government may face all these challenges whenever they promote. But there should be consensus among nations, nationalities, and peoples in Ethiopia, by the way. There should be consensus. It has to be based on consensus, not to repeat the old historical mistake, not to repeat that. How to overcome these challenges? Yeah, that's a very important question. Yeah, one way of overcoming these challenges is through education. Yeah, that's one thing. We should understand our culture, our way of life, our own existing philosophy of life. Yeah, we should, as a people. Generations should understand this. They should learn, they should understand, they should promote, like what Bulahora University is doing. We work very closely with elders in these areas. Abagadas, Hayu, and so on. We work very closely. Always they are here in this university. Even students, teachers in Bulahora University, they always see Abagadas in this campus. Whenever there is a meeting, people come here from different area to participate. This is, giving priorities, supporting, including in the system. That's one thing. Working very closely with your own indigenous values, with your own representative of indigenous values. This one thing. Government should work. For example, in Oromia Regional State Government also, most of the time they do this. When they call chafes, they call abagadas, they start by blessing and so on. Why they do so? They give priorities. They give attentions to these values. Bulahora University will offer common course next year. There will be, it will continually work on indigenous values, Geda system and so on. The instructors in Bulahora University will go to different cultural ritual site to visit whenever there is ritual performance on each site. University will support anybody who want to go. Anybody who want to conduct research on indigenous Geda system, there will be fund for these individuals. Universities give priorities. That's why it established Institute of Geda and Culture Study to support this. If we do this, we will overcome the challenge in a long term. Yeah, we will overcome this challenge. That's what I argue. Thank you.
Safu 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 sera. Safu 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 sera. Safu sera. Safu sera. Safu sera. Safu.
Kabajamtoota daawwattoota keenya akkam jirtu? Sagantaa safuu seeraa OBN sagalee uummataa fi tajaajilli beeksisaa fi bashannanaa Zinnaash Olaanii waliin qopheessanii isinii dhiyeessan kunoo qabannee dhiyaanneerra